यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन जमुना तीरवनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे राम राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 हरि नाम संकीर्तन की खुश रहो बा खुश रहो। रंग देवी, her Seva was to play mridanga. Rashtra Shaki, Sudevi, Ranga Devi's Seva was to play mridanga, dole and mridanga. I feel very happy when I see women playing mridanga because ideally it's not conventionally encouraged, but they forget that Ranga Devi played mridanga to satisfy Radha and Krishna. I'm very proud of you. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Shri Prahlad Uvacha.
Shri Prahlad Uvacha.
Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu.
Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu.
Smaranam Padasevanam.
Smaranam Padasevanam.
Archanam Vandanam Dasyam.
Archanam Vandanam Dasyam.
Sakhyam Atmanivedanam.
Sakhyam साक्ष्यमात्मनिवेदनम्
इति पुंसार्पिता विष्णो
इति पुंसार्पिता विष्णो
भक्तिश्चेनवलक्षणा
भक्तिश्चेनवलक्षणा
क्रियते भगवत आद्धा
क्रियते भगवत आध
तन्मन्येदितमुत्तमम्।
तन्मन्येदितमुत्तमम्।
वापस प्रयत्न कीजिए रिपीट करने का। श्रीमद् भागवतम ग्रंथराज भागवतम सप्तम स्कंद श्लोक नंबर 5वां अध्याय श्लोक नंबर 23 और 24। So you can open in your phones Veda base Bhagavatam Srimad Bhagavatam Veda base and you can follow with me please. सप्तम स्कंद पंचम अध्याय श्लोक नंबर 23 और 24। 7th canto 5th chapter verse number 23 and 24. Shri Prahlad Uvacha
श्रीप्रह्लादुवाच
Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu
श्रवणं कीर्तनं विष्णु
Smaranam Pada Sevanam
स्मरणं पादसेवनम्
Archanam Vandanam
अर्चनं वन्दनं दास्यं
Sakhyamatvanivedanam
साक्ष्यमात्मनिवेदनम्
Iti Pumsarpita Vishnu
इति पुंसार्पिता विष्णो
Bhaktischenavalakkshana
भक्तिश्चैनवलक्षणा
Kriyate Bhagavata Adhya Tanmanyeditamuttamam.
तन्मन्येदितमुत्तमम्।
Anyone wants to go? Prabhus?
प्रह्लादुवाच
Shri Prahlad Uvacha
श्रवणं कीर्तनं विष्णु
Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu
स्मरणं पादसेवनं
Smaranam Padasevanam
अर्चनं वन्दनं दास्यं
Archanam Vandanam Dasyam
आत्मनिवेदनम्
Sakhyamaatmanivedanam
इति पुंसार्पिता विष्णु
Iti Pumsarpita Vishnu
भक्तिश्चेनवलक्षणा
Bhaktischenavalakkshana Kriyate Bhagavatadhya Tanmanye Adhimuttamam. Anyone else? Someone new wants to try?
प्रह्लाद उवाच
Shri Prahlad Uvacha
श्रवणं कीर्तनं विष्णु
Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu
स्मरणं
Smaranam
पादसेवनं
Padasevanam
अर्चनं वन्दनं दास्यं
Archanam Vandanam Dasyam
सख्यमात्मनं निवेदनं
Sakhyamaatmanivedanam
सार्पितो विष्णु
Iti Pumsarpita Vishnu
भक्तिश्चेनवलक्षणं
Bhaktischenavalakkshana
क्रियते भगवत्य वा
Kriyate Bhagavatadhya
तन्मन्येदि
Tanmanyeditamuttamam. Mataji's.
प्रह्लादुवाच
Shri Prahlad Uvacha Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padasevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakhyamaatmanivedanam Iti Pumsarpita Vishnu Bhaktischenavalakkshana Kriyate Bhagavatadhya Tanmanyeditamuttamam. Someone else? Shri Prahlad Uvacha Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Padasevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakhyamaatmanivedanam इति पुंसार्पिता विष्णु भक्तिश्चैनवलक्षणा क्रियते भगवत अध्या तन्मन्येधितमुत्तमम्. Do you want to try? No, that new Mataji in white. Do you want to try? Why not? No one is here to judge. Try. Prati shloke prati akshare nana krishna ranga. Srimad Bhagavatam, every akshar is amrita padayana. Is a nectar. Try. Do you want to try? Don't feel shy. डर के आगे जीत है. माउंटेन ड्यू. चीता भी पीता है. अरे अब तो ट्राई. मीरा माता जी, go ahead. श्री प्रहलाद उवाच श्रवणं कीर्तनं विष्णु स्मरणं पादसेवनम् अर्चनं वन्दनं दास्यं सख्यमात्मनिवेदनम् इतिर्पुंसार्पिता विष्णु भक्तिश्चैनवलक्षणम् क्रियते भगवतद्या तन्मन्येधितमुत्तमम्. Swarnangi Radhika Mataji, go ahead please. Shri Prahlada Uvacha Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padasevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakyamatmanivedanam Itir Pumsarpita Vishnu Bhaktishenava Kriyata Bhagavata Adhya Tanmanyedhitamuttamam. Jai Jagdish. Where is he? Is he coming? Why? Oh, okay. You want to go?
I was about to call Deiy.
No, that's okay. Did you went? Hey, how can we skip the ritual? Go ahead. Go. Shri Prahlada Uvacha Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padasevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakyamatmanivedanam Iti Pumsarpitar Vishnu Bhaktischenava Kriyate Bhagavata Adhya Tanmannedhitamuttamam. Shri Prahlad Uvacha. Prahlad Maharaj said, Shravanam, hearing, Kirtanam, chanting, Vishnu, of Lord Vishnu, not anyone else. Smaranam, remembering, Padasevanam, serving the feet, Archanam, offering worship with Sodashopchara, the 16 kinds of paraphernalia. Vandanam, offering prayers. Dasyam, becoming the servant. Sakhyam, becoming the best friend,
becoming the best friend,
Atmanivedanam,
Atmanivedana,
surrendering everything,
surrendering everything,
whatever one has,
whatever one has.
iti,
Iti,
thus,
thus,
pumsarpita,
Pumsarpita,
offered by the devotee,
offered by the devotee,
Vishnu,
Vishnu,
unto Lord Vishnu,
unto Lord Vishnu,
not to anyone else,
not to anyone else,
bhakti,
bhakti,
devotional service,
devotional service,
cheta,
Cheta,
if, navalakshana,
Namalakshana,
possessing 9 different process, kriyate,
Kriyate,
one should perform,
one should perform,
bhagavati,
Bhagavati,
unto the supreme personality of Godhead,
unto the Supreme Personality of God,
adha,
Adha,
directly or completely,
directly or completely,
tat,
Tat,
that,
that,
manye,
Manye,
I consider,
I consider,
adhitam,
Adhikam,
learning,
learning,
uttamam,
Uttamam,
topmost.
topmost.
Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki.
Jai.
Prahlad Maharaj said, hearing and chanting about the transcendental holy name, form, qualities, paraphernalia, and pastimes of Lord Vishnu, remembering them, serving of the lotus feet of the Lord, offering the Lord, offering prayers to the Lord, becoming His servant, considering the Lord's one's best friend, and surrendering everything unto Him. In other words, serving Him with the body, mind, and words. These 9 processes are accepted as pure devotional service. One who has dedicated his life to the service of Krishna through these 9 methods should be understood to be the topmost learned person, for he has acquired complete knowledge. Who is saying this, by the way?
Prahlad Maharaj,
To who?
his father.
To his father Hiranyakashipu. The context is that Hiranyakashipu asked Prahlad Maharaj that what is the best thing that you have learned in your school of higher education of Shukracharya, higher institute of learning by Shukracharya. And Shanda and Amaraka, the 2 sons of Shukracharya, were the topmost teachers in that university. The university where demons would go and study. आसुर उधर जाकर शिक्षा लेते थे. तो उनको पूछा गया, ये नहीं पूछा कि तुम्हारे टीचर्स ने क्या बेस्ट सिखाया, तुमने क्या सबसे बेस्ट सिखा है, तुमको व्हाट इज बेस्ट अकॉर्डिंग दैट यू हैव लर्नड until now. तो प्रहलाद महाराज इज रिप्लाइंग, श्रवणम कीर्तनम विष्णु स्मरणम पाद सेवनम अर्चनम वंदनम साख्यम अर्चनम वही आत्मनिवेदनम दीपम सार्पिता कृष्ण भक्ति छे नवलक्षणा, it's also known as the Navavidha Bhakti, the 9 processes of worship. One who knows this and one who follows this is understood to be the best of the learned people. We will go with Archanam. 5th Archanam. Do you see Archanam in purport? Who sees it? Meera Mataji, start reading, please. From Archanam.
After Pada Sevanam.
After Pada Sevanam, from there. You read it?
Yes,
Yes,
I found
Found it? Okay, go ahead.
Archanam. After Pada Sevanam comes the process of Archanam, worship completely. If one is interested in the process of Archanam, one must positively take shelter of a bona fide and learn the process. There are many books for Archana, especially Narad Ratra. In this case, the Pancaratra system is particularly recommended for deity worship. There are 2 systems of Archana, the Bhagavata system and Pancaratra system. In Srimad Bhagavatam, there is no recommendation for Pancaratra worship because in this Kali Yuga, even without deity worship, everything can be perfectly performed simply through hearing, chanting, remembering, and
Shri Vishnu Sarvane Go ahead, read. It's okay. Try, Mataji, please.
Sri Vishnu Sar,
Shri Vishnu Shravane Parikshid Abhavad Vaiyashikha Kirtane Prahlada Smarane Natat Angira Bhajane Lakshmi Priti Pujane Akrursta Abhivandane Kapipatir Dasyate Sakyarjuna Sarvasmada Nivedanam Balirabhut Krishnapati Resham Param.
Parikshit Maharaj attained salvation simply by theory and Sukhdev Goswami simply by chanting. Prahlad Maharaj attained salvation by doing very the Lord. The bodies of Prabhu Lakshmi Devi attained perfection by practicing the Lord's lotus feet. Tikku Maharaj attained salvation by worshipping the deity of the Lord. Akruraj attained salvation by offering prayers. Hanuman by rendering service. Arjuna by establishing friendship with the Lord, and Bali Maharaj by offering everything to the service of the Lord. All these great devotees served the Lord according to particular process, but 81 of them attained salvation and became eligible to be transferred back to Godhead. This is
Yes, please.
okay. It is therefore recommended that initiated devotees follow the principle of Narad Pancharatra by worshipping the deity.
1 second. Stop. Pause. It is therefore recommended that initiated devotees follow the principles of Narada Pancharatra by worshipping the deity in the temple. Initiated devotees, put your hands up, please. Not just second, even first initiated devotees, put your hands up. Okay, now only Gayatri, put your hands up. Put your hands down now. Chintan Prabhu, you're initiated, right? I didn't see your hand. Put your hand up. Do it again. Okay. It is therefore recommended that initiated devotees follow the principles of Narada Pancharatra by worshipping the deity in the temple. I'll tell you the extension of this statement is. I was listening from His Holiness Gaur Govinda Swami Maharaj and he was saying this thing. What does Prabhupada mean by this is not just worshipping the deity in the temple, but if you're worshipping your deities in the home, you should strive to worship him in the same way, in the same standards that he's worshipped in the temple. That is the extension of this. Ba, આનો અર્થ એમ છે કે વિગ્રહ સેવા જે મંદિરમાં થાય છે, જે મંદિરમાં કરવામાં આવે છે, જે સ્ટાન્ડર્ડથી કરવામાં આવે છે, એ જ સ્ટાન્ડર્ડથી ઘરમાં બી વિગ્રહની સેવા કરવાનો પ્રયત્ન રહેવો જોઈએ. ના કરી શકો, ઇટ ઇઝ ઓકે, બટ પ્રયત્ન क्या होना चाहिए कि उसी स्टैंडर्ड से घर में भी श्री विग्रह की सेवा होनी चाहिए. और किसके लिए? इनिशिएटेड, जिन्होंने दीक्षा लिए हैं, मंत्र लिए हैं परंपरा में. प्रभुपाद पहले ही बोल रहे हैं अर्चनम किनके लिए है, कैसे करना है अर्चनम की शुरुआत? बाय एक्सेप्टिंग, राइट? If one is interested in the process of archanam, one must positively take shelter of a bona fide spiritual master. What does it mean by positively? Why Prabhupada is saying positively? He could have said, right, by taking the shelter of a bona fide spiritual master. Very nice. Faith and trust. What else? What else? See, in this one word just. Huh? Yes. Following the instructions of his spiritual master. Following the instructions of his spiritual master. Here Prabhupada has clearly stated many a times, unfortunately, there are situation arises when you may not align with your spiritual master. In today's day and age, because of Kali Yuga and institutionalized and organizational methodology of the even the bhakti, it is possible that you may not align all the time. In that circumstances, you should always align with the scriptural injunctions that your spiritual master has given to you, which is Srimad Bhagavatam. But one should follow the instructions of their spiritual master positively, taking shelter of the spiritual master. Read further. Especially
for householder.
Aha! Especially for householder. Go ahead.
Householder devotees who are opulent in material possessions, the path of deity worship is strongly recommended. An opulent householder devotee who does not engage his hard-earned money in the service of the Lord is called a miser. One should not engage paid brahmanas to worship the deity. If one does not personally worship the deity but engages the paid servant instead, he is considered lazy and his worship of the deity is called artificial. An opulent householder can collect luxurious paraphernalia for the deity worship, and consequently, for householder devotees, the worship of the deity is compulsory. In our Krishna consciousness movement, there are brahmacharis, grihasthas, vanaprasthas, and sannyasis, but the deity worship in the temple should be performed especially by the householder. The brahmacharis can go with the sannyasis to preach, and the vanaprasthas should prepare themselves for the next status of renounced life, sannyasa. Grihastha devotees, however, are generally engaged in the material activities, and therefore, if they do not take to deity worship, their falling down is positively assured. Deity worship means following the rules and regulations precisely. That will keep one steady in devotional service. Generally, householders have children, and the wives of the householders should be engaged in caring for the children, just as women acting as the teachers care for the children in the nursery.
Repeat the statement, Grahastha devotees, however.
Grihastha devotees, however, are generally engaged in material activities, and therefore, if they do not take to deity worship, their falling down is positively.
Aha, hold on. Read that statement again.
Grihastha devotees, however, are generally engaged in material activities, and therefore, if they do not take to the deity worship, their falling down is positively assured.
उनका पतन होना ऑलमोस्ट गारंटेड है अगर गृहस्थ लोग भगवान के श्री विग्रह सेवा में एंगेज नहीं होते हैं तो व्हाई बिकॉज दे आर इन्वॉल्व्ड इन व्हाट material activities day to day life गृहस्थs आर ऑलवेज एंगेज विद मटेरियल पीपल भौतिक लोगों से बातचीत होते हैं इंटरेक्शन होते हैं तो चेतना हमेशा शुद्ध होना संभव नहीं है विग्रह सेवा से वो चेतना वापस बैक टू नॉर्मल होती है मतलब शुद्ध होती है जो अशुद्ध चेतना हुई है जैसे मंडे टू फ्राइडे मॉर्निंग टू इवनिंग जॉब करने के बाद घर पे आकर नहा धो के तुरंत गायत्री करके पहुंचे सीधा संध्या आरती करने चेतना शुद्ध हुई पूरे दिन के कचरे के बाद चेतना शुद्ध होती है brahmacharis vanaprasthis and sannyasis they are 24/7 anyway engaged in deity worship. Prabhupada specially says householders should primarily do the worship of devotees, grahasthas, in the temple. Prabhupada does not say over here only men should do deity worship in the temple. Prabhupada says who? Grahasthas. So your argument, many times people say female pujari honi chahiye ya nahi. There is a reason why women don't go on altar on certain days. And women knows that. But as far as they are clean, they are very much authorized according to scripture. If they are initiated though, ये पूरा foundation principle कहाँ पे based है? Initiation. Taken the shelter of a spiritual master and initiated. I am not against, most of the people are not against women being on the altar. The problem is that women being on the altar or women being in the kitchen. When I say altar, kitchen is the extension of altar. मंदिर की मैं बात कर रहा हूँ मंदिर का जो किचन है वो भगवान का ऑल्टर का एक्सटेंशन है, इट्स नॉट सेपरेट। भोग लाना जाना होता है, पुजारी का इंटरेक्ट होना है। दैट इज व्हाई प्रभुपाद हाईली रिकमेंडेड to have husband and wife both at the same time. So if one is with the deities, wife should be in the kitchen. If husband is in the kitchen, then wife should be in the... Because Prabhupada did not appreciate free mingling of men and women, boys and girls who are not husband and wife. Unfortunately, even in the Sampradaya, even because साधक है, थोड़ी ना परिपक्व भक्त बन गए हैं, सिद्ध भक्त बनने के बाद सिचुएशन अलग है, साधक अवस्था में भी पतन हो सकता है, और ये हुआ भी है। ब्रह्मचारी सेवा कर रहे हैं, किचन में अगर कोई माता है, विडो है या जवान है, पता चलता ब्रह्मचारी कुछ दिन बाद वो उसको लेकर भाग गया है। ऐसा भी होता है। ये ना हो इसलिए पति पत्नी का साथ में स्केड्यूल्ड होना बहुत जरूरी है। I'm saying this in my absence, if there is ever a temple and if one of you are in the managerial role, remember this instructions, please. Never ever, unless it's a life and death emergency, do not schedule someone else's husband and someone else's wife together in the kitchen or in the deity worship. It should be a couple, husband and wife, husband and wife. Yeah, two friends can do, yeah, two men can do like that. But not someone else's wife, someone else's husbands, or a single man and a single woman. That does not work. उधर मंदिर में भी फिर किचन में भी सिर्फ 9 के ही हो गए फिर. No one will focus on the Vigraha. So remember this thing. In my absence, very important, remember this thing. Please. Fall downs नहीं होगे congregation में. Fall downs नहीं होगे. Men should not talk to women directly. Unless she's your wife or your mother, whatever. But you know what I mean. अनजान औरत से stranger, भले ही मुंह बोली बहन हो या हाथ से बोली हुई बहन हो या सिर से बोली हुई बहन हो, ओके, कहीं से भी बोली हुई बहन हो, या राखी सिस्टर हो या नारा छोड़ी सिस्टर हो, but जो भी है, still maintain the decorum, maintain the मर्यादा. Men should not talk to women alone. Any women alone. Who is not your wife, who is not your mother, etc. or your sister. किसी और की पत्नी के साथ अकेले में बात नहीं करना है। अगर आप married हो, unless you're looking for a girl to marry, and then you're trying to know her, that's a different story. But if you're married, and if there is a single girl, no talking to her 101. I'm hoping most of the instructions are given to men because women are expected to follow it. Okay, if men does it, then women doesn't have an option. She is not going to talk to you, so that you cannot blame. But she told me she wanted to talk to me. No, stay away. Prabhupada told some of his disciples specifically, I'm not going to name, but one extremely popular disciple, Prabhupada said, do not go there right now. Do not. Your habit of entering to the kitchen when women are there will make you fall down one day, and it happened. Prabhupada told to one of his very close, intimate disciple, do not enter the kitchen when Matajis are there in the kitchen. Because he was in a particular ashram. So what to do when you're in managerial positions and you have to deal with a congregation? Prabhus, try as much as possible that the managerial roles are first given or first taken that responsibility of that men should take that. So that women can take care of kids. Only if there is a proper way where, like women is way better than in that particular position, then she should take over. She can take over. I'm not against women being a president. But if a woman is being a president, but its kids are neglected, then Prabhupada did not like that. Men should fight outside world. Women should take care of inside world. Only then men will succeed. Unfortunately, in today's day and age, the economic situation of the government is created in such a way that both the parties has to work. Both the parties has to work. There is no way around it. That's still okay. That's still acceptable. But the managerial duty of a house should be given to a woman only. A managerial duty of a house, husband should not interfere too much. किचन में ये क्यों यहाँ पे रखा है, किचन में वो क्यों वहां पे रखा है, यहाँ पे जाना चाहिए, यहाँ पे जाना चाहिए. No, let Mataji's handle what goes where, what food will be prepared when, what DT Shringar will be happening when. Let Mataji decide all those things. You fight outside things. Do not try to enter each other's seva. Of course, in special case circumstances, it may require. It should be done. Like we have treasurer or accountant taken care by Swarnagi Radhika Mataji because she is the best CA we have, accounting person. So she is taking care of that seva. So we have Matajis doing managerial seva. It's not that we don't. But the primary seva for Mataji should be household, taking care of your household. Because no one can, if you don't do it, the household will do chapat. It's a fact. Men cannot maintain household as good as women. Men cannot. Women can perhaps do better jobs outside, but men cannot do better jobs inside. So it's a need. It's a need for society to work, for Varnashram Dharma to work. It's a need to have these prescribed roles. This is not discrimination. Understanding? इसमें भेदभाव नहीं हो रहा है. But if your husband is lallu and challu and stupid, then you take charge and you make sure he also does devotional service with you. Okay? At the end, bhakti is the one that takes dominance over everyone, everything. If a husband is not a devotee of the Lord, and if a wife is, then wife can take shots. Should, not take, should. Pull shots. Because he can guarantee his own salvation. How is he going to guarantee your salvation? But if you're fortunate enough and have a husband who is a devotee, then act like a Varnashram sister. Okay? Next, continue, please.
The rest of the devotees must adopt the Archana Vidhi or the deity worship according to the suitable arrangements and directions given by the spiritual master. Regarding those unable to take the deity worship in the temple, there is the following statement in the Agni Puran. Any householder devotee circumstantially unable to worship the deity must at least see the deity worship, and in this way he may achieve success also. The special purpose of the deity worship is to keep oneself always pure and clean. Whereas the devotees should be actual example of cleanliness.
Very nice. Whereas the devotee should be actual example of cleanliness. Not that you wake up at 12 o'clock, चलो एक बार 12 बजे के लिए उठ भी गए और उसी अवस्था में पूरी घर में वैसे ही कपड़े में वैसे ही बिना नहाए हुए सिचुएशन में एक पिशाच के भांति भटकना, सब चीजों को छूना, ऐसे नहीं करना है. चलो बीमार हो, कुछ भी हो, you should not enter the washroom wearing clothes. You understand? सुच्ची मुच्ची. और अगर आपको जॉब में नेचर का कॉल आंसर करना पड़ा है, you enter, before you enter the house, you immediately run to the washroom first, put every clothes in the bucket, laundry में डाल दो, take a shower and then touch the house. पवित्रता जड़वी रखो. The पवित्रता needs to be maintained. Why there is taking the guidance of a guru is required. Guru gives you mantra. When Guru gives you mantra, you are initiated as a Brahmana to worship a Vigraha. और ब्राह्मण बनने के बाद ब्राह्मण स्टैंडर्ड्स फॉलो करने हैं. पवित्रता अपवित्रता का भान होना चाहिए. एकादशी का नमक अलग, नॉन एकादशी का अलग नमक अलग. जिस मसालेदानी में से हम नॉर्मल फूड बनाते हैं, उसी मसालेदानी में से एकादशी का प्रसाद भोग नहीं बनता है. क्या हुआ? उसको लेकर से वो कुछ हुआ था? Yeah, because you put the same hands that you have touched Anna with in the same thing. 99% when you're cooking, you're on fire. It's almost like the house is on fire. क्योंकि उधर तड़का जल रहा है. And you will do this and that while doing that. Right? Especially as a student, it's so hard. For students, एक बार तड़का जला means like you putting the कढ़ाई back into the sink, washing it, putting the new oil again. अभी गलती से इसमें पानी रहा है तो तर होगा, तुम जल जाओगे. So there, it's a chaos. So I understand that, but that's why cleanliness is really required. Then only Vigraha Seva will happen. Why Prabhupada? Why scripture is advocating or encouraging to do Vigraha Seva is so that there can be cleanliness maintained. There can be cleanliness maintained. पवित्रता. दूसरी सोच में मत रहो अभी ये क्लास सुनो, ठीक है? हर किसी को मैं बोल रहा हूं, चाहे दुनिया आग पे भी क्यों ना हो, तुम्हारा लुकआउट नहीं है फ्रांस में क्या हो रहा है. राइट नाउ योर माइंड शुड बी हियर. Read further, please.
Deity worship should be continued along with the hearing and chanting. Therefore, every mantra is preceded by the word Namah. In all the mantras, there are specific potencies of which the Grihastha devotees must take advantage. There are many mantras. But if one chants the holy name of the Lord, he receives the result of chanting Namah many times. By chanting the holy name of the Lord, one can reach the platform of love of Godhead. One might ask, then, what is the necessity of being initiated? The answer is that even though the chanting of the holy name is sufficient to enable one to progress in the spiritual life to the standard of love of Godhead, one is nonetheless susceptible to the contamination because of possessing a material body. Consequently, special stress is given to the Archana Vidhi. One should not, therefore, regularly take advantage of both the Bhagavata process and the Pancharatri.
Very nice. So what is the Bhagavata process is? In this context, what is Bhagavad process that Prabhupada is saying? Who said that? Who said that? That means they were paying attention. Chanting of the holy names तो है ही, बट क्योंकि मटेरियल बॉडी की वजह से कंटामिनेशन भी है, शरीर तो भौतिकी है ना, उसके लिए मटेरियल कंटामिनेशन के वजह से पंचरात्रिक विधि भी अनुसरण करना चाहिए ताकि पवित्रता मेंटेन रहे. हम में से कितने लोग शुद्ध नाम जप कर पा रहे हैं? थोड़ा शर्म भी करना चाहिए, ऐसे सीधा सीधा नाम मत बोलो. शुद्ध नाम जप कर पा रहे हैं? हाँ, अगर ऐसा हो तो मैं अभी दंडवत करता हूं जरा. There is a book, there is a beautiful, Sachinandan Maharaj once said that shadow chanting. What we do, हमारा जो नाम जप है वो shadow chanting है. शुद्ध नाम तो बहुत दूर की बात है. तो शुद्ध नाम नहीं ले पा रहे हैं, इसलिए पंचरात्रिक विधि विग्रह सेवा. Both Bhagavad process and Pancharatric process. One can say that initiation is not, Prabhupada says, कि अगर चलो सिर्फ नाम जप से ही अगर भगवत भक्ति प्राप्त हो सकती है, शुद्ध भक्ति प्राप्त हो सकती है, प्रेम भक्ति, तो फिर दीक्षा लेने की क्या आवश्यकता है, मंत्र लेने की क्या आवश्यकता है, गुरु की क्या स्वीकारने की आवश्यकता है? प्रभुपाद क्या उत्तर दे रहे इधर? I just said, because we are still materially contaminated. What is initiation process is, it's like turning a bell metal into gold. Initiation turns the bell metal into gold. If the gold keeps on acting like a bell metal, it will still have highest chances of turning back into gold once it's turned into gold. Once turned into gold, if he acts like a bell metal, if you treat gold as a bell metal, it is still gold. Initiation is like a fire, constant burning fire that will kill your impurities. As long as you follow, to the degree you will keep on following the vows of your initiation dedicatedly, to that degree that fire will keep on burning your impurities. Remember that. To the degree you will follow your initiation vows, to that degree, the fire of initiation will keep on burning your impurities. The fire of initiation is exactly like the yajna fire. And the energy to that fire, the fuel to that fire, the ghee for that yajna is your accurate following the regulative principles, the vows of your initiation. So if you add ghee, I hope everyone will be following some degree of vow, it's like adding, if you're following one only properly, example, please don't do that. One only properly, it's like adding sesame oil in the fire. The fire will still burn, but because of sesame oil, it will release a lot of dua also. You know, when you put oil in fire, it releases a lot of black dua, by the way. Black, okay? Ghaslit to aur bhi kharab hai. Then it comes, you're following to the best, trying to the best. That is like adding ghee, like Amul ghee. But if you follow your initiation vows exactly properly, the way it should be, it is like adding the proper A2 Vedic cow ghee in that fire. That does not release us any black smoke, by the way. It releases pure oxygen that will sanctify the entire room. So our initiation is like lighting that fire the Guru has lit now fire. What is Upanayana Samskara? Everyone who has received Gayatri, put your hands up. You may have not received Upanayana, but you have received Gayatri, Matajis, right? Mataji को गायत्री मिला है और इनमें से प्रभु किन किन को उपनयन मिल चुका है? हाथ उठाइए प्लीज. हाथ उठाओ दयालु श्याम. हाँ. Where is Krishna Kishora? अरे हाँ. When you receive Upanayana, the way your mother carries you in the womb and gives you birth, when you receive Upanayana, your Guru will carry in the womb of his knowledge. That's what it means. Your Guru carries you in the womb of a knowledge, and that womb nurtures you now. And then someday you will be reborn with full jnana, spiritual essence. If your Guru doesn't do that, your Guru's representative will do that for you. They will carry you in their womb of knowledge and will feed you beautiful knowledge of Krishna. And then eventually you will be able to carry someone someday in your womb of knowledge. Are you understanding how sukshma and significant this is? This initiation is extremely important. Tell me, initiation is what? It is like initiating a, say, fire. And what will fuel that yajna fire? The following, chanting 16 rounds regularly and following your vows, which are the 4 regulative principles. To the degree you will follow those vows and chanting, to the degree purely वो होगा, उतना ही शुद्ध प्रमाण का घी उसके अंदर जाएगा और वही अग्नि का परिणाम, वही अग्नि रूपी जो ज्ञान है, that will burn your impurities. Everyone is understanding now what I'm trying to say. Okay, move forward now, please.
Deity worship has 2 divisions, namely the pure and mixed with fruitive activity. For one who is steady, deity worship is compulsory. Observing the various types of festivals such as Shri Janmashtami, Ramanavami, and Narsimha Chaturdashi is also included in the process of deity worship. In other words, it is compulsory for the householder devotees to observe these festivals. Now let's discuss the offenses in the deity worship. The following are the offenses.
So hold on. There are more than that. I just don't want to. Hey, go ahead. Read all of them. Try, who has this purport handy right now? Start with you, Divyanandi Mataji. Start reading the first offenses. Now let us discuss the offense. Start with that.
Now let us discuss the offense in following our offenses. Okay? enter the temple with shoes or being carried on a palanquin.
पैलक्विन मतलब बड़े से डोली में ऐसे भगवान के सामने ऐसे ऊंचे आसन पे से नहीं जाने का. ओके,
Not to observe the prescribed festivals.
मतलब प्रिस्क्राइब फेस्टिवल्स मतलब जन्माष्टमी, रामनवमी. मतलब क्या नॉट टू ऑब्जर्व? मतलब
Not to celebrate.
मतलब क्या?
उनकी सेवा नहीं करना.
हाँ, अरे मतलब क्या? हाउ इज दिस रिलेटेड विद deities? In relation to deities?
You have to decorate them.
Ah, very nice. They should have a special abhishek that day. They should have special shringar that day. उस दिन special भोग होना चाहिए उनके लिए, right? अक्षय तृतीया आई तो चंदन का अलंकार होना चाहिए, चंदन लगाना है पूरे शरीर पे. पवित्र पिणी एकादशी आई तो पवित्र पहनानी है. फिर शततिला एकादशी है तो तिल का भोग लगाना है, राइट? अगर उष्ण ऋतु है, उष्ण मीन्स गर्मी का ऋतु है, तो गर्मी के ऋतु में चंदन लगाना है भगवान को. स्नान के उसमें गुलाब जल डालो, चंदन डालो, अर्घ्य पर तैयार करो. वी विल डिस्कस ऑल ऑफ दैट. ओके, आई हैव अंटिल 9 o'clock टुडे टू गिव क्लास. Okay, 8:30, sorry. I have to do kirtan then. So, I will give everything in detail. Just be here mentally. Okay? So, ये सब करना है. Festivals enjoy, celebrate करना है. That is what it means in relation to observing those festivals in relation with deity worship. That is what it means. Next.
Avoid offering. Offer
मतलब क्या?
अगर डीटी रूम में है तो ये आपको ऑफर.
हाँ,
offer prayers in an unclear state, not having washed one's hands off after eating. Offer obeisances with one hand.
you don't need to say EF. Just go.
To circumvent
To offer obeisances with?
one hand.
हाँ, this is very popular. Beat back पकड़ो और beat back करके मैं करके दिखाऊं क्या? You got it right? Right? एक हाथ ऐसे ऊपर होता है इधर और फिर दूसरे हाथ से प्रभु खास करके, right? You do that. Beat back ऐसे पकड़ेंगे और फिर ऐसे करेंगे. Yeah, you should not do that. Ashtanga, there are 8 angas which needs to Shashtanga, 6, sorry. 8 angas, yeah. Ashtanga Dandavat Pranam. There are 8 parts of your body that should touch the ground. And Panchanga are for Matajis. Okay? For Matajis, Panchanga. And for Prabhus is Ashtanga, the 8 anga. Should touch the ground when you're offering obeisances. We will go in that detail some other time. Right now, move forward.
To circulate directly in the front of deity. Spread one's leg before the deity.
पैर फैलाकर बैठना भगवान के सामने. ये बहुत बार हम करते हैं. मंदिर में जाते हैं तो बाप के बगीचे में आए ना ऐसे करते हैं. ऐसे नहीं बैठना है.
To sit before the deities while holding one's ankle with one hand.
मतलब पैर को छूकर नहीं बैठना है. You touch your hand, but this is your सूची, right? लोग नहीं बैठते ऐसे करके. अभी मुझे क्या सब करके दिखाना पड़ेगा क्या? But you know what it means, right? ऐसे करके बैठकर वैसे बातें, हाँ पैर के ऊपर पैर, वो सब नहीं करना है. Next.
Lie down before the deity.
हाँ, ये तो कॉमन सेंस है, पर फिर भी अनफॉर्चुनेटली कॉमन सेंस इज नॉट कॉमन अपेरेंटली. गो अहेड.
Eat before the
हाँ, भगवान के सामने खाना खाना चपड़ नहीं करना है.
lie before the deity.
भगवान के सामने असत्य बोलना. बाय द वे, असत्य बोलने का परिणाम क्या है पता है? पारा पुराण सेज इन द हेल फॉर 14 मनवंतर. तो कितने लोग आप जानते हो जो ऐसे बोलते हैं? आपको पता है एक नंबर ने झूठे है वो, और बोलेंगे भगवान ने अड़ी ने कहू जरा खोटू नत के थी. जानते हो कि नहीं? किसी ना किसी को तो आप जानते हो ऐसे. वो समझ लो, ए गुड यार, 14 मनवंतर, यू आर गोइंग टू हेल. तुम 14 मनवंतर के लिए नरक. दैट्स अ परफेक्ट कैंडिडेट. तो इसलिए आई रियली से माय डिवोटी फ्रेंड्स, if you are in the position to lie, plead 5th. Just say I don't want to answer. प्लीज अवॉइड लाइंग, ऐसे भी अवॉइड लाइंग, पर एटलीस्ट भगवान के सामने, भगवान और तुलसी महारानी, दिस इज द एटिकेट, यू कैन नॉट लाई. इट्स 14 मनवंतर हेल. सो बी केयरफुल. जैसे कई बार लोग बोलते हैं ना, मैं शालिग्राम के सामने खड़े होकर शालिग्राम को हाथ में लेकर बोल रहा हूं, और पता है ये झूठ ही बोल रहा है. नेक्स्ट.
To address someone loudly before the deed.
हाँ, मतलब डीटीज के सामने चिल्लम चिल्लम झगड़ना नहीं है.
Talk nonsense before the deed.
हाँ, प्रजल्पा नहीं करना है.
Cry before the deed.
हाँ, भगवान के सामने रुदन रुदन नहीं करना है. क्राई मतलब हाँ, भगवान के लिए कर सकते हैं. अंडरस्टूड. वो तो आता ही नहीं है ना. अभी कोई बाहर से ही सटासट 4 फटके मारकर भेजे तो शायद आए, वरना भगवान के लिए रोना तो आता ही नहीं है. Someday it will. Keep on chanting. I'm saying this with conviction. Someday it will. Keep on chanting. और आप अगर दुख में भी हो तो भी आप रो सकते हैं भगवान के सामने. मन हल्का कर लो. इट्स ओके. वो बाहर किसी ऐसे कर्मी व्यक्ति के सामने जो दुख का मजाक बनाए या सामने से करे पर कुछ कर नहीं पाने वाला है. બે હાથના બે કાળા માથાના માણસ શું કરી શકવાના છે? પેલા અનંત કોટી બ્રહ્માંડ નાયકના સ્વામી જે છે એમના પાસે રડવાનું, અગર રડવું હોય તો. રોના આए तो उधर रहो. पहले नाथ Prahlad Maharaj, the first thing, every time he would get in trouble, he would always just say, my Vishnu, my Nath. So that's okay. Go ahead, next. But don't cry in way like I did not get iPhone. Like, you know, like, or like this girl left me and went away. Like you went on watching Sayara movie and came back and now you're in trouble. Don't cry for those nonsense, okay? Go ahead.
Argue before the deed.
हाँ, डीटी के सामने, डीटी के साथ और दीदी के सामने नहीं करना है.
Chastise someone before the deed.
हाँ.
Show someone favor before the deed.
Someone's क्या?
Favor.
हाँ, very nice. तीर्थ गौरांगा आया, उसको मैंने 1 पड़ी की प्रसाद दिया. अभी बुरी पुण्य आया मेरा फेवरेट, उसको 4 पड़ी की प्रसाद दिया. दैट इज व्हाट इट मीन्स बाय दिस. विग्रह के सामने ये नहीं करना है. मंदिरों में तो यही होता है, राइट? बट यू शुड नॉट डू दिस. दैट इज वाई साइड में प्रसाद का अरेंज करो. अगर ऐसे चांसेस है तो एटलीस्ट डोंट डू इट इन फ्रंट ऑफ डीटीज. नेक्स्ट.
Use harsh words before the deed.
गाली गलौज करना.
Wear a woolen blanket before the deed.
कमली, ओके, भगवान के सामने. सो फॉर व्हाट डज इट मीन व्हेन यू कवर वुलन ब्लैंकेट ऐसे लेते हो ना, इट्स अ साइन ऑफ एन आचार्य. इन फ्रंट ऑफ द विग्रह आप कोई आचार्य नहीं हो. सो ट्रेडिशनल जैसे श्री वैष्णव परंपरा में यहां से ऊपर छाती का भाग हमेशा ओपन रहता है. देयर इज नो वस्त्र हियर. ओके, only an acharya will have the vastra, who is the chief priest. Angavastra. This does not apply over here. This applies to men, prabhus. तो ऐसे चद्दर डालो पर एटलीस्ट वुलन का मत डाला. नेक्स्ट.
Blaspheme someone before the deed.
हाँ, वो तो ऐसे भी नहीं करना है, ब्लास्फेमिंग, पर स्पेशली भगवान के विग्रह के सामने बिल्कुल नहीं.
To worship someone else before the deed.
हाँ, एक्सेप्ट गुरु को छोड़ के और किसी की पूजा नहीं करनी है भगवान के सामने. केवल और केवल गुरु और भगवान, बाकी कोई नहीं. और मतलब क्या? वो who said that? You said it? No demigods? अरे वाह, माता जी समोसा. ओके सो भगवान के सामने किनकी पूजा नहीं करनी है? डेमीगॉड्स को सिंपल वर्ड्स में बोलो, देवी देवताओं की पूजा नहीं करनी है भगवान के सामने। इसलिए जब हम तुलसी महारानी को लाते हैं मंदिरों में तो भगवान को पर्दा कर देते हैं। Did you know that? तुलसी आरती तब होती है जब भगवान का डोर बंद होता है, तब। देवी देवताओं की पूजा भगवान के सामने नहीं की जा सकती unless in your chetana that personality is not Devi Devta but the servant of the Lord, Vaishnava. Are you understanding? So let's just say if someone is worshipping Gopeshwar Mahadev in the Dham of Vrindavan, he is not worshipping Shiva as a Devta, he is worshipping the Gopi and the Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu, the Param Vaishnava of Lord Shiva, of Lord Krishna. That is okay. Everything, the main game is where? In your consciousness, Chaitanya. Next.
Use vulgar language before the deities. Fast air before the deities.
Padna matlab.
To avoid very opulent worship of the deities, even though one is able to perform.
समझे मतलब? ये सेवा अपराध है। मतलब क्या? अगर मेरी हैसियत है कि मैं सोने के गहने पहना सकता हूं, हैसियत होनी मतलब सही में है, मतलब नहीं टैश बड़ा सा आलीशान पैलेस है, सब कुछ है, और भगवान को वो इमिटेशन का वो फुल ओरिजिनल फ्लावर्स भी नहीं, वो पता है आर्टिफिशियल फ्लावर्स क्या आते हैं, और अगर आप ऐसे पूजा कर रहे हो, दैट इज अ सेवा अपराध। नेक्स्ट,
Something not offered to the deity.
हाँ, now here we will stop. To eat something which is not offered to the, वरना अगर और अपराध करूंगा तो आधे से ज्यादा लोग डीटी वर्शिप करना ही नहीं चाहेंगे। I will take a break here. I need to drink some water. Until then, if you have any questions, question answer, I have been told to discuss it at the end only. So we'll do it at the end only. But until then, you guys can take sigh of relief and then we'll circle back. I'll be back, okay? Now I will start the process of worshipping. Stop the recording. Stop the live is going on. Oh, okay, hold on. And I'll put my mic here. I'll be right back, okay?
She's so small about it.
अरे इसने ना एकदम मस्त जोरदार परफ्यूम मारा है, तो ये ना सेंट फ्री जोन है ना, इसी वजह से बोल रहा हूँ, याद रखना, प्रयत्न करना, लगाओ ऐसे बहुत बास मारी है तो लगाओ, प्रयत्न करना कम लगाओ।
This church is apparently a scent-free zone. So now Pancharatra, we will discuss little bit, okay? I cannot teach everything for Vigraha. I cannot teach everything for Vigraha Seva in one shot. It's not possible. It's just practically impossible. Can I get some water? Please. So people who are not yet started Deiy worship, one should start with Tulsi Devi, non-initiated devotees. जिनको दीक्षा नहीं मिली है, okay, who all are doing Gayatri, finish your Gayatri. Shanti se. Okay? Then we will discuss. Peacefully finish your Gayatri, please. Once everyone has done their Gayatri, do let me know, please. अरे एवरीवन शुड हैव स्टार्टेड द सेम टाइम, एक के बाद एक मत शुरू करो. यू डन माता जी? ओके, डन डन. Ooh. जैसे रोज करते हैं. डन. श्री चैतन्य प्रसादेन तद्रूपं गोकुलोत्सवं मनोजानां युक्त yastu kamasya mrityurarchana vrityurichete, for the benefit of those who desire the worship of Lord Krishna's enchanting form, which is like a festival for the residents of Gokula. The process of deity worship will now be described by the mercy of Sri Krishna Chaitanya. The Shaligram Shila is the direct appearance of the Lord and is thus considered to be the best form of worship. Still, due to this extraordinary beauty and sweetness, the devotees are attracted to his personal form as manifested by a deity. In consideration to this, the author will now describe the procedures for deity worship. विग्रह सेवा में सबसे उत्तम सेवा किसकी है? शालिग्राम की. सुन रहे हैं ना आप? विग्रह सेवा में सबसे उत्तम सेवा किसकी है? किन की है? भगवान शालिग्राम की. Now I'm confused. Should I go and describe some glories of Shaligram worship, or should I go and describe? Chalo, first I will go in general Vigraha Seva की क्या महिमा है. Okay? तथा च पद्म पुराण पद्मोर खंडे पद्म पुराण उत्तराखंड महादेव से इष्ट पार्वती शृण्वु देवी प्रयक्षामि तदार्चैव सतम हरे सतापांच स्वयं व्यक्तम दिविधम तत्प्रकृति प्रकृतिरितम शीला मृद दुर्लहो यद्य कृत्वा प्रतिकृतं हरे शरतौ समारात् परक्तोर्विधिना स्थापन हियत् तत्स्थापनाति प्रोक्तां स्वयं व्यक्तं हि मे शृणु यस्मिन् सन्नितो विष्णुः स्वयमेव नृणं भुवि पाषाणदुर्वमत्तेषः स्वयं व्यक्तं हि तत्स्मृतं दुर्लभात्वत् स्वयं व्यक्ता मूर्ते श्री विवैष्णवोत्तमः यत्तातीव प्रतिष्ठाप्य स्थापितं मूर्त्यच्चरते. Who is saying this? I'm not listening. Lord Shiva to who? Shrunu Devi, right? Lord Shiva to Mata Parvati. Where? I said which Puran? Padma Puran. Which Khanda? Uttarakhanda. I just said it. Ladies and gentlemen, wake up. Please, wake up. इधर मैं आपको शास्त्र I'm giving like a proper detail and source where it's coming from, and you're like half awake. Hear now with attention as I reveal to you the understanding of Lord Hari's worship. There are two categories or form of the Supreme Lord: the self-manifested and the installed. Which are the two categories? Give me the example of self-manifested. हाँ हाँ, शालिग्राम तो है ही, पर ऐसे self-manifested, what? Radha Raman Lal. What else? No. Yes. I mean, it's debatable, but give me like the undebatable self-manifested. Ah, that is debatable too, Jagannath. Neelamadhav was self-manifested. Jagannath is also in one way self-manifested. What did you say? Varadaraj. Yes, Varadaraj is self-manifested. Ranganath was actually designed by Vishwakarma. Surya. Well, you know what? Hold on. It is self-manifested. Yes. There is no difference between Ranganath and Lord Ramachandra. There's a very beautiful line said by Annamacharya once that people say that Ranganath is Lord Ramachandra. It's exactly like seeing Lord Ramachandra, but Annamacharya went closer and he says, but I can smell butter in his breath. He's Krishna. Lord Balaji, Venkateshwar. Yes, to a certain degree. All the 9 Narasimhas of Ahobilam Kshetra, they are self-manifested. What else? Carved by Uttara, under the guidance of Uttara by Vajranabha.
Deiy Prabhu is saying the Bhakta Bodhana story. Watching live and is live.
Bhakt Bodhanath story. Okay. The Dwarka deity, Ranchod Rai also, and Dwarkadish deity. Yes, they are self-manifested. What else? Huh? Radha Vallabh. Yes, it is self-manifested. Because Radha Vallabh was given by Lord Shiva and Parvati. They are their Nij माता भगवान शिव और पार्वती के वो निज ठाकुर है, अपने घर के ठाकुर है वो, उन्होंने वो सेवा के लिए दिए थे. So yes. No. Don't give me debatable one. Give me pure guaranteed self-manifested. Now tell me the installed. बहुत है. Hirchur Gopinath, yes, our Toronto deities.
That goes like no, they all are installed.
No, they are not, no.
Those which are not
Huh? Shame on you all. You forgot our own Lakshmi Narasimha, Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra, Gaur Nitai.
I was thinking about that, but I thought
Your own home deities. Your deities, your Guru Maharaj installed it. Hey, you don't have deities, right?
no problem.
You have Shaligram. Okay.
By the first floor. So Jwala Narasimha Mayapur. Deiy Prabhu is saying.
Jwala Narasimha of Mayapur. Installed, okay. Not Jwala, that's Thana Ugra Narasimha. Very nice. To make the deity of the Lord Hari from clay, stone, wood, or metal, and then invoke life into the deity by following the rules and regulations that are prescribed in the Srutis, Smritis, and Tantras, is called the installed form of the Supreme Lord. When the Supreme Lord Sri Vishnu personally appears in this world and resides in a stone or wooden form, that is referred to as the Lord's self-manifested form. Vaishnavas, you know, who is the wooden form? Yes. The most popular wooden form. Okay. The most popular wooden form. Whose darshan happens once in approximately 40 years. Who is kept inside the lake right now. Varadaraj, yes. Varadaraj. The original deity of Varadaraj is actually kept inside a lake. Once in 40 years it's brought out. Just 2 years ago he was out. Now after 40 years, next opportunity will there to see him. The current Varadaraj deity is also self-manifested from the mountain. That's a Shaligram. It's coming out. Varadaraj is very tall. Varadaraj is considered as the brother of Lord Venkateshwar, Srinivas. It is very similar to Lord Balaji's form. The best part of Varadaraj is that you get to see him this close. Now imagine that tall, you're this close. Have you ever been to Kanchipuram? Kanchipuram, you've been there. Have you seen Varadaraj? Or Kamakshi? Only Kamakshi. Because Varadaraj is not popular apart from only Vaishnavas. Now next time you should go to Kanchipuram and see Lord Varadaraj. Lord Varadaraj, Ekambeshwar. Ekambeshwar is Lord Shiva. Mahaprabhu went there. Ekambeshwar temple. Lord Varadaraj, the boon, the king of boons. Left and right वो आशीर्वाद देते हैं, वरदान देते हैं. When the Supreme Lord Shri Vishnu personally appears in this world and resides in the stone of wooden form, that is referred to as Lord's self-manifested form. Because the self-manifested form of the Lord is rarely seen in this world, Vaishnava should duly install the deity and then continue to worship him with faith and devotion. Who is saying this? Lord Shiva. To Mata Parvati. Padma Puran. Uttarakhanda. Naikam sarvam shantu naras taratiklam jagadah ariyachami pishitam nirnam phalam yagadi durlabham. By worshipping the deity of the Supreme Lord, the devotee not only delivers his entire family, but he also delivers the entire world. I'm not saying this, okay? This is Lord Shiva himself saying this. Such worship awards him the benefit of performing fire sacrifices. The deity gives the worshipper whatever he desires, just like a wish-fulfilling Kalpavriksha tree. As such, there is nothing that remains unobtained by him who is worshipping the deity form of the Lord. किस-किसको पैसा वैसा चाहिए? Worship the deity properly. That word properly is very important. One should touch the deity's heart and chant his worshipable mantra 8 times. किसी से गायत्री हो गया है? That's how you should do deity worship, by the way. So, which mantra you will recite 8 times? No. If you are touching Gaur Nitai, you will not recite the 6th one.
Oh yes, depends on the deity. Then the Bijakshara.
I'll tell you that. But you all know.
Yes.
There is a day mantra for Gaur Nitai. The Bij mantra. Okay? Yeah. For Shaligram, now that's very little unique. So Shaligram, if you worship as in Krishna, then it's going to be the 6th mantra. Okay? If you're worshipping him as Krishna. But if you're worshipping him as a Narsimha, then there is another mantra which you don't have. But it's okay. You can still worship him as Krishna. Krishna. That's okay. That's good. That's best. So Narsimha, if you're worshipping a Narsimha Shaligram, if you're worshipping as Krishna, that's fine. He will give you the benefit of Krishna as well as Narsimha. I'm saying this externally to satisfy you that, oh, but I want the protecting that of Narshingadev, the protecting mood. Well, Krishna is going to protect you too. So the safest is to worship the deity, if you're not sure, to go with the 6th mantra. Many of these people are like, what is this talking about? Someday you will know. There is the glories of mudras, there is the glories of preparing argya, there is glories of even putting deities to rest, there is glories of inviting the Lord, there is glories of watching the deity being bathed. There is glories of offering dhupam. There is glories of offering deepam. There is glories of fanning the Lord with cloth. There is glories of fanning the Lord with chamara. There is glories of fanning the Lord with peacock feather. There is glories of offering arghya with gulab jal. There is glories of offering arghya with sandalwood paste. There is glories of offering arghya with jasmine flowers. There is glories of offering lotus flower to the Lord. There is glories of offering malati flower to the Lord. There is glories of offering tulsi dal to the Lord. There is glories of offering kevra to the Lord. There is glories of offering durva to the Lord. Vishnu, okay? There is glories of offering even genda full to the Lord. There is glories of offering even the Shangum Pushpam to the Lord. There is glories of offering, creating arghya in the conch and bathing Lord with the conch. There is glories also of reciting mantras in front of the Lord. There is glories of even making someone do pranam to the Lord. One dandat pranam, vandanam, right? One dandat pranam gives you the benefit of performing 10 Ashwamedha Yagyas. If you offer 10 in a day, you have already surpassed the position of Indra. The qualification to become an Indra is 100 Ashwamedha Yajna. Kal se hi rule banao. I will offer 10 obeisances to the Lord. Then there is different glorifications of offering obeisances to Shaligram. There is different glorifications of offering obeisances to Narsimha. There is different glorification. There is detailed glorification of each and every that also. Deity worship is a shortcut in bhakti, just so you know. But it's also like playing with fire, just so you know. There are 5 things Chanakya says, not to be too close or not to be too far away. What are those 5? King, Raja, matlab means for politician. Not too close, not too far. Politician. Number 2, Guru, not too close, not too far. Number 3, women, very nice, not too close, not too far. Wife, 4, fire, too close, not too far. If you go too close, you will get burned. If you take far, you will not get any benefit of the fire. 5th one is deity. Not too close and not too far. Unless you are authorized by Guru. Unless you are authorized by Guru. So Vigraha Seva has benefits, but it's also like playing with. That is why Prabhupada says in his purport, the deity worship should be done under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master who knows the process of deity worship. So first is saying every householder should have deity worship. And then is saying it should be done under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master. That means everyone should do deity worship, but everyone should follow it properly. So what if you do aparadh in deity's worship? That's very important, but that does not mean that you take deity worship leniently. Tell me the type of person who cannot approach deity or who should not do deity worship according to the scripture. Envious of the Lord and envious of Vaishnavas. Number 1. So if you think if we are a Vaishnava, but if you are envious of other Vaishnava, Lord gets angry when such a person comes to offer deity worship. द्वेष्टि, द्वेष रखने वाला वैष्णव के प्रति. और भगवान ऐसी सिचुएशन पैदा करते हैं, you might be the last person in the room, but he will not give you that willingness also to come and offer him the food. This will happen. You might be the only person in the house. And still the Lord will not even inspire you to come and do some deity worship to him if you are Dveshti of a Vaishnavas. Remember this thing, please. Very important. Dveshti of Vaishnavas. Number 2, a Dambi. Dambi means who? Hypocrite. In what way?
Saying something else and doing something.
Exactly. मन में बहुत छल कपट है, प्रपंच भरा हुआ है, पर बाहर से एकदम स्वीट और गली बली बनना, बुली बुली. Number 3. Unqualified to worship a deity. Those are common sense. Who has a broken limb or a broken leg, by the way? The chances are that that person will drop the deity. Hence, without assistance, no, should not. A blind person should not. A blind person cannot even become an acharya, actually. Until unless he has a vision of some other person. Means 24/7 someone is there to be his eyes. This is according to the Vedic Siddhanta. But Pancharatrik is a different version. Now I will briefly describe the difference between what is Pancharatrik. When we say Pancharatrik, Prabhupada over here says that in this Kali Yuga one should follow which process of deity worship? Pancharatrik. So there are various types of Vedika, Puranika, and Tantric. Pancharatrik falls in the category of Sattvic Tantric version of puja. So in Kali Yuga, Vedic Vidhan is only and only for Brahmanas. Means extremely crucially, even making sure choti se choti cheez ka dhyan rakha ja raha hai. Vedic Vidhan cannot be done on the land where cows are killed and eaten and slaughtered. In this country, for example. So then what Vidhan is then? Tantric Vidhan, which is Pancharatrik. For us, we have Narada Pancharatra. There are several Pancharatras. For us, it is what? Narada Pancharatra from Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. But it's a Sattvic Tantra. Tantric version has 3 versions too, has 3 moods. Sattvic, Rajasic and Tamasic. Eating meat, slaughtering, bali, etc. that comes in the Tamasic version of Tantric Puja, which Lord Vishnu has no relationship with. That is for other inferior moods of the divine. Inferior, I am being very clear here, inferior mode of the divine, that's what the word used in the scripture also. Okay? But the topmost, the most supreme and the most sublime mode of the divine is only Sattvic Tantra Puja. But it is Tantric. What we do, the worship Pancharatra, it is Tantric. It is from Vedas. Everything is from Vedas. Eventually, everything. But it is not Vedic Vidhan. Are you understanding? So now the word he was used was Sodashupchara. Sodashupchara means what?
16 things to the Lord.
16 paraphernalia to the Lord. Who wants to say the 16?
Idam asanam samarpayami, idam padyam samarpayami,
Hey, line में बोलो.
ishat dhoopa samarpayami.
No, line में, in the sequence. I want someone to say in the line,
I can
please.
see it. I can.
No.
Who actually joined it? Like
Dev Mukunda, you are doing since long time. Let's see. Idam. Very nice. Thank God. First one is unko asan to do बैठने. Idam asanam. Then swagatam suswagatam. My beloved, please come. So how we start is actually like this. Now, if you want to see the Vedic version in the Pancharatra, Tantric, Pancharatric, Vedic, but Pancharatra. So that will go like, so in the Tantric it will go like, for example, Idam Asanam, and if it's Shaligrama, then the Dwadash mantra will be said. That this is for the Shaligram, the Dwadash is the Bhagavate one. Okay? Now, if it's Tantrika, alright, Vedika, but according to Pancharatra, then it will be what? Who will say, Chalo, come on? DT वर्शिप मैनुअल मेरे पास से लेकर गए थे, मेरा खून चूस चूस के. अब मैनुअल का क्या किया है? ए हर्ष, क्या किया मैनुअल का? तो खुद पढ़ो, पढ़ा नहीं. एवं सहस्रशीर्षा पुरुषः सहस्राक्ष सहस्रपाद सबोऽहं विश्वतो वृत्वा इदमासनम् ओम नमो, like that. Then the second verse is Sabhuvim Vishwato Vritvatidishtak Dashangalam Purusha Evedakam Sarvam Yat Bhutam Yat Chapavyam Swagatam Suswagatam Idamritatvaseshanaha Yadannena Tirovati Etavanasya Mahima Ato Jayayamscha Purushaha Idam Achmaniyam. So the entire Purusha Sutta, each and every shlok, one paraphernalia is given to the Lord. And if you are lucky and if you have Radharani or Narayani, Lakshmi, then Shri Suktam and each and every verse of Shri Suktam, one paraphernalia is given.
Prabhu, the Suktam is long and that steps are 16 only.
Yeah.
So how do you, like, there are not 16 paragraphs in the Suktam. So you stop at 16?
Yes, you stop at 16. And it's very quick. You don't take too much time once you get it. Sahasrasha Purusha Sahasraksha Sahasrapada Sabhovim Vishwata Vritvatidishtak Dashanglam Idam Asanam Purusha Evedakam Yat Sarvam Yat Bhutam Yat Chapavim Vidamritatvaseshana Yadannena Tirovati. Then again, another one. It's like 5 minutes.
Isn't that in Yajna or like with regular DT?
अरे रेगुलर डीटी वर्शिप, ये डीटी वर्शिप मैनुअल पढ़ा है कि नहीं? चाबुक लाना पढ़ा.
आप ज़्यादा यज्ञ में यूज करते हो.
Yeah, yajna is compulsory. Prabhupada said to use it every day, and then he said at least on auspicious day use it. At least on auspicious days के हाथ जोड़ के भाई at least त्योहारों के दिन तो पुरुष सूक्त बोल दो. Purusha Sukta is from Rigved and Sama. Yeah. So now the 16 paraphernalias. Idam asanam, swagatam suswagatam, etat padyam, idam argyam, idam punarachmanyam, esh madhuparakah, idam punarachmanyam, then idam snanyam, idam vastram, idam upavitam, esh gandha, etani pushpani, etat tulsi patram, esh dhupa, एश दीप इदम नैवेद्यम. देन कुछ बच कुछ आता है इदम सर्वम. फिर उसमें बीच में भी है इमानी आभरणानी, मतलब अलंकार, भगवान को गहने पहनाना. देन देयर आर बहुत बीच में है इदम माल्यम, मतलब माला, फूलों की माला. सो 16 के अंदर है और डिटेल्ड, बट मिनिमम इज 16 उपचारास. Now, if you don't have 16 upcharas, then at least Mansi, you do it and offer 16 drops of water while you're reciting that. So, for example, you take Achmani and you say, Idam Asanam Swagatam Swagatam, like that fatafat. Edat Padyam, Idam Argyam, Idam Achmanyam, Eshe Madhuparaka, Idam Punarachmanyam, Idam Sugandhit Tailam, Idam Snanyam, Idam Vastram, Idam Upavitam, Eshe Gandha, Etani Pushpani, Etat Tulsi Patram, Eshe Dhupa, Eshe Deepa, Idam Naivedyam, Idam Sarvam. And now comes to the mudras. There is glorifications of mudras also by Sanatan Goswami and Hari Bhakti Vilas. Let's do the basic mudras real quick, okay? First, Om Astraya Fat. like this. Okay, and then Dhenu. Dhenu. But તમે બિંદાસ મુદ્રા વગર કરજો ભગવાન સ્વીકારશે. Don't worry. If you can do it's okay. If you cannot, it's fine too. Try Mataji. Meera Mataji, Dhenu. Actually, Dayalu Sham and Chintan knows the easiest way. Can you show it, Chintan? Get up and show. You know the way you do hand like this and then show it that easy way. See, huh? Then Galini Mudra. It's very simple. Galini. Okay, Galini. So now when you're inviting the Lord, what can you do is Ahavito Bhava. Please come, my Lord. Ahavito Bhava. Sthapito Bhava. Sannidho. Nuridho. Like this. Okay. So like this is the one. Then like this. And then like this. And then Padma Mudra. Okay. Maha Mudra. Pranam Mudra. ये प्रणाम मुद्रा में बहुत शक्ति है. It's very powerful mudra. This is when you're inviting the Lord. Now you prepare the argya. You can show Lord even the Dhenu mudras. He loves Dhenu mudra. Dhenu mudra, you can never go wrong. Anytime the safest mudra it is. And after Dhenu mudra, do the Yoni mudra. Who knows? I've taught Yoni mudra, right? Like this. Do it. Do it. Okay, then this mudra is also very powerful. Like this, then like this. आइए, स्थापितो मतलब बैठिए, मतलब अब पूजा स्वीकारिए. Now for the argya, Vishesh argya. What is Vishesh argya? Is tasmat ajahata ye kecho bhayah. Now you cannot worship the Lord with this mundane water because it's impure. Unless it's Ganga Jal, otherwise it's impure. Ganga, Kaveri, Sapt jo nadiya hai, koi bhi nadi chalta hai, even Shatruj, then Gandaki, they all are pure rivers. Nadi ka agar pani nahi hai, agar aap aise hi kar rahe ho, first of all, only if it's like, extremely pure devotee doing it, do not use the water from the tap, please. You drink it, but Bhagwan ke seva mein mat use karo. In this country, it is all recycled water. So the water that you flush down your toilet, that same water is recycled and it comes back to your tap. So it's not pure water. So you buy from Walmart natural spring water. Hey, Buri Punya, we have run out of spring water. Remind me, okay, to take it from Walmart. Natural spring water. You get natural spring waters everywhere, right? Use that water. Okay? For DT worship, use natural spring water. Thoda kharcha karo, $1 ka bhi nahi aata hai. And if you have one DT, it can last you a week. $1 bottle. Big bottle. वो $4 का 4 लीटर का आता है ना, कुछ 1 point something का आता है, 125 something. And then for Vishesh Argya, what you prepare? Listen this recipe. I'm not gonna. 1 portion Javitri. Who knows Javitri? It's a masala, right? 1 portion Javitri. Half nutmeg. 1 gram kesar. Okay? This much Bhimsen Kapoor. It's also known as Pachai Kapoor, not chemical Kapoor. Bhimsen Kapoor, Pachai Kapoor. Edible camphor. This much. Okay? 11 long cloves. 11 elaichi. And in a small blender, blend it together. That is your argya powder. When you're preparing Vishesh Argya, Who wants to, does anyone want me to repeat it or everyone got it? Okay, Javitri. 2 flowers Javitri. I'll give you the proportion. 2 to 3 flowers of Javitri. Small, 3, very big, 2 flowers of Javitri. Half nutmeg. Okay, 1 gram kesar. 1 pura gram, kanjusi nahi. Okay. Then this much pachai kapur. Edible camphor. Bombay Spice mein milta hai. That I really like that about Ankit. He brings everything for me for puja. Hey, where is Tulsi? It is plugged and ready, right? Okay, thank God. Sorry, let's back. So, Pachai Kapur, camphor, 11 long cloves. Loving, 11. But with the flower, with that on the top, okay? 11 elaichi. Done. Now you blend it together. If you want a little bit more flavor, then you can add dry rose petals. Desi gulab ke. You will get it at Bombay Spice. Now you blend it together, prepare a fine powder. When you're preparing Vishesh Argya for bathing the Lord, for offering Achman and everything, this is powder, you mix it with that natural spring water. Lord will be very happy. You just imagine, right? Doesn't this sound so like exotic? Just to even think that the ingredients that is being used. Now you prepare Vishesh Argya. So now you take that Argya Patra. The best patra to prepare Argya is conch, Shankha, original Shankha. Many of your households have Shankha made from bone powder, by the way. I'm going to check that. Not the Bachane wala Shank, but the Abhishek Shank many of you have, which is artificial and made, the Dakshina, it's made with bone powder. So be very careful. That is Nisheda. So you may have a small conch. That is okay. जो आप पानी ऑफर कर रहे हो ना, उसमें अर्घ बनाओ चलेगा. Okay. Now you cannot offer the Lord which is impure. Hence the most pure is who? Apavitro, pavitrova, saravastha, katopiva yasmarit, pundari kaksha. The Lord is the most pure. Hence, tasmat ajayata, again in Purusha Suktam, I became the ingredients for the ahutis in the yajna. And then this is the translation, that then the Lord appears to the devtas as the ingredients. Then the Lord appeared as the sacrificial animal to be sacrificed in the yajna. That is for the Lord. So the Lord appears, basically the ingredients that we have is also not ours. It is, everything is arranged by Lord. Bhoktaram Jagataprasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. You bring that water, you mix this, take a conch, in that conch pour that water, वो पानी में पहले से मस्त generous 2-3 pinches of powder डाल दो. वो कपूर वाला जो है ना, it will not last for more than 2 weeks because it's volatile in nature, right? So if I want a fresh fragrance of camphor, what I will do is I will take the stone, grinding stone, I will take a sandalwood ka lakda, I will put some kesar and some camphor and rub it. And I will mix that in the water then. So now it's fresh camphor is coming. Like a beautiful temple of Ranganath, when they do the Charanamrita, it smells like camphor, beautiful. Of course, then I will put more chandan and make a sandalwood pulp later on for the Lord, okay? But this is for the arghya. Now in the same arghya, you add this powder also. Same water. You take that water, pour it in the conch. Now say there is a conch over here. Take from Achmani water, regular water, and sprinkle on that conch and water and say, Om Astraya Fat. And then immediately show Chakra Mudra. And then show Galini Mudra. And then show Dhenu Mudra. And then for people who have Gayatri thread, Upanayan thread, you wrap your thread around thumb and you do the Ankush Mudra, which is like this. Okay, you put the Ankush Mudra on the top of the water. This is not the naughty finger, by the way. Okay, naughty finger is shown some different way. You show the Ankush Mudra on the top of the water. Be very careful. You cannot touch your nail to that water. You're about to invoke the Lord in that water. So your nails. One more thing, pujaris should not have long nails at all. So women who are fond of having long nails, unfortunately, that's not good sign. That's not the criteria to be a pujari. You can't have long nails if you're touching deity because your nails can hurt the deities anytime. Okay, and of course it's impure. So many dirt gets carried, stuck into it. But आजकल तो मर्दों को भी शौक है नाखून बढ़ाने का. So please make sure Prabhus don't do that. Okay, and then with the Ankush Mudra, with the tip over here, you invoke the 7 rivers. Gange च यमुने चैव गोदावरी सरस्वती नर्मदे सिंधु कावेरी जल्लेस्मिन् सन्निधिं कुरु. May all the 7 rivers get into this water. And after that, immediately, what you do is Matsya Mudra. Okay. Now, when you're doing Matsya Mudra, that's when you recite the Gopal mantra, the 6th mantra. Gayatri people only will know. Only second initiated will know. And some people who may have read Chaitanya Charitamrita, but they don't know this is the mantra. So the 6th mantra, you invoke the Lord into that mantra, in that Arghya Patra. And when the Lord is invoked with that and Matsya Mudra, you immediately do Pranam Mudra because now the Lord is in that water. Now you worship the Lord in the water with the mudras, Malyam, Gandham, like that. There are different mudras. If you cannot do all those things, then simply take sandalwood ke andar pushpa dubakar, Esha Gandha Pushpa, then the Bij mantra. Okay? And then Etat Tulsi Patram, and again the Bij mantra. Now you can also add Durva. Lord likes Durva too, by the way. It's not just Ganapati. Shiva likes Durva, Narayan also likes Durva.
And you add Javadu powder as well.
Javadu powder should go ideally on the body of the Lord, mixed with little bit of oil or ghee. Almond oil या ghee, उसमें मिक्स करके अभिषेक के पहले भगवान को मसाज देने का उससे. बहुत मजा है ये सब करने में, मैं सही में बोल रहा हूं. वो मसाज करते वक्त भी मजा आता है. Many of the new people are there saying, "मैं ये लोग पागल है रे," but you won't understand that right now. Shri Vigraha Dhan Nityanana Shringara Dana Mandira Marchanato Yukta Shabhatansh Nishyopi Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam Shri Vigraha Dana Nityanana Shringara Dana Mandira Marchanato. Guru Maharaj loves that. And a disciple is engaged in deity worship. This deity worship actually includes all the 9 limbs of bhakti. So if you have deities, you have to recite Nam, mantra japa. Nam jap to karna hi karna hai. Okay. What is Shravanam? Okay. Kirtanam. Bhagwan ke samne mridanga baja ke, we will do kirtan also, right? Smaranam. You will remember the beautiful form of the Lord, the names of the Lord, pastimes of the Lord. Smaranam. Then Vandanam, Dandat Pranam, Dhad Dhad, like a broken, uprooted tree. Girne ka. Don't scare anyone, but Dandat Pranam. Then, no, go in the order. Archanam, Vandanam, offering prayers. Kunti Stuti, Prahlad Stuti, right? Bhishma Stuti, Gopi Geet. ये सब हम किनके सामने करते हैं? Offering prayers in the front of the deities. And the Purushottam mantra, singing Chauragagam Purushashtakam, right? Chauragraganyam Purusham Namami. Praje Prasiddham Navani. Right? ये सब स्तुतियां. Sakhyam, you reveal your heart to your deities. अभी नहीं, वो पुजारी will do certain level के बाद pujaris do that. They reveal their heart to the deity. भगवान से बोलेंगे, they will, he is my only friend. They will know. Yeah, he's my Malik, but he's also my friend. I'm the servant, but he's also my friend. And then at the end is Atma Nivedanam, surrendering everything to the deity. Your deity is the center of your life. Your deity is the center of your life and soul and your household. If the deity is the center of the household for everyone, then that household will have no issues. I need to get my eyes checked. Oh my God. So that household will have issues to hoge hi. But everyone should be on the same page. Then it's okay to resolve it. It's easy to resolve. Any questions? I hope you learned something from today's session. And not just the Charvanam cha Charvananam. Anything I said is anyway divine because it's about the Lord. कोई प्रश्न है? पूछिए.
Yes, Prabhu. I wanted to ask, like, what if you have like Narayana as a deity? You cannot be Sakya with Lord Narayana.
And that is why our Sampradaya Vigraha is Radha and Krishna. Eventually, one has to rise to that level of worshipping Radha and Krishna. It's very, very, very important that one should rise to the level of worshipping Radha and Krishna. Go ahead. What else, Bolo?
Yes, Prabhu. And one more question. Like you mentioned, Sakhyam, right, as a limb of a bhakti. So many times, how do we draw that line or the boundary where we consider, okay, this Sakhyam is appropriate and not offensive to the Lord, and this is not acceptable in terms of Sakhyam? Like we can say, like there are some like certain, like I don't want to name or I don't want to anukaran them as well, but there are some Rasik devotees in Vrindavan, in everywhere, who just have that bhav with Lord, and Lord reciprocates in the same way. Like Sri Gauridas Pandit had that bhav with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Mahaprabhu. Like, but how does one know that one is eligible or one has the adhikar to perform that sakya with the Lord? And if everyone is allowed, then how do we draw the line of boundary? Like, okay, this is acceptable.
I'll make it very easy for you. You and me are not allowed. Because we are not at that level. Now, how would you know? Is that the holy names will reveal it to you eventually. How do you came to know that this particular devotee was in that bhav state, by the way?
I listen.
Very nice. You heard. Did that devotee showed it to you? Did that devotee came to you and told you? I know. I'm going to tell you something. The devotee who are in the bhav position, you know how bhav looks like? Externally, the extreme level of Vaidhi Bhakti. Extreme level. मतलब क्या पता है? Narad Muni asking Satyabhama and Rukmani to give the dust of their lotus feet, and they refusing and saying that I might go to hell. Krishna was having a severe headache. Narad Muni went and asked Rukmani and Satyabhama and the queens of Dwarka that please give me the dust of your feet. I will make a manjan out of it, and that will relieve the headache for Krishna. And they refuse, saying that we will go to hell. Krishna asked Narad Muni, don't worry here, go to Vrindavan and ask the Radharani and the gopis over there. He went to Radharani and said, the gopis, we need the dust of your lotus feet so that we can apply it on the forehead of Krishna. But the condition is that if you give the dust of your lotus feet, you will go to hell. Gopis and Radharani said, oh, that's not an issue. Just make sure that Krishna's headache is gone. There you go, the dust of our lotus feet. Anything and everything for Krishna, when that is the mood, that externally will be, it will shone like that. That best of best flower. No, I don't want this Western flowers to worship the Lord. I want the best flower. I want to make sure that that best things are available for the Lord. The extreme level of, I want my Lord to have gold ornaments. I want my Lord to wear this. I want my Lord to wear that. I don't want my Lord to, having the chetana that, okay, my Lord might be feeling hot because I'm increasing the temperature. I need to reduce the temperature despite if I am feeling hot. The extreme level of Vaidhi Bhakti, externally, that is how Bhava and Prema will be reflecting externally. The extreme level of Vaidhi Bhakti. So when you see a devotee being crazy because you're opening your mouth in front of deities and that air is going on the bhoga that is yet to be offered to the Lord, and you're like, itni si baat mein kya itna wo? Well, that's because you're stupid and you're not at bhav and the other devotee is. He knows that my beloved is going to eat this. Does that answer your question? The extreme level of Vaidhi Bhakti. Externally, yes.
Is supposed to happen every morning, or for example, I have early morning and so मैं शाम को कर सकती हूँ.
Every morning it has to be changed though. But what are you, like, why you are a Brahman initiated, right? You should make the arka. Morning mein bana kar niklo. Just make it. It will take 5 minutes, not even 2 minutes.
और आपने जो बोला वो सब परफॉर्म करके
No, try your best. Just arke bana do, ताकि if anyone else is behind you is offering the Lord anything, that वो आचमनी में वही अर्घ का पानी है. Oh, I forgot the main thing. फिर वो जो अर्घ का पानी जो शंख में बनाया हुआ है, वो आपको फिर सब जगह मिक्स कर देना है. दूसरे सारे जो भगवान के लिए यूज हो गया, आचमनी है, अभिषेक पात्र, अभिषेक का बड़ा पॉट है, उन सब में मिक्स कर देना है वो पानी. Okay, so now throughout the day that water will be used for the Lord. फिर भगवान दूसरे लोगों को प्रेरणा दे कि वो सेवा करे आपके घर पे. So that's how it can be done. Any more questions? Yes, Mataji.
So what if these things are for like at least initiative?
What can you do? You worship God Nita. You have God Nita in the house with exact same standards. So for example, you skip the part which is done for the second initiated devotees. Like, don't worry about the sixth mantra to invoke Krishna in the water. You want to invoke Krishna in the water, you do exact same mudra. You do the Ankush mudra, Gange Cheve, Amne Cheve, Gadari Saraswati, Nirvadisna, Kavi, Jalasmin, Sannidhim Kuru, and then you say, Krishna, I'm a rookie. So here you go, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Ram, 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 Hare Hare. You recite Mahamantra and invoke Krishna, Krishna will appear in the water. Guaranteed, don't worry. Okay? You should do exact same thing. Skipping the part of second initiated devotees. but under the guidance. Anything else?
Yes, Prabhu. How can one
Who is asking that question? Jai Jagdish?
told me not to reveal it, but
Jai Jagdish? Arey, I know. और कौन पूछेगा online question? Anyway, go ahead.
Um, so he's asking, how can one ask for forgiveness if any offense is done while doing deity worship?
मंत्रहीणं क्रियाहीणं भक्तिहीणं जनार्दनं यत् पूजितं मया देवं परिपूर्णं तदस्तु मे यद्दत्तं भक्तिमात्रेण पत्रं पुष्पं फलं तोयम् आविद्यं तु निवेद्यं तु तद्ग्रहाणुकम्पयः विधिहीनं मन्त्रहीनं यत्किञ्चिदुपादितं क्रियामन्त्रहीनं व तत्सर्वं शब्दमर्हसि अज्ञान तत्त्वज्ञानत् अशुभं यमया कृतं शब्दमर्हसि तत्सर्वं दासनैव ग्रहाणमं स्थिति सेवा गतिर्याता स्मृतिश्चित्ता तु स्तुतिर्वचः भूयात् सर्वात्मनो विष्णु मध्यं द्वयचेष्टितम् अपराध सहस्राणि क्रियन्ते अन्यशमयः दासोऽहमिति मामत्वा क्षमस्व मधुसूदनः प्रतिज्ञा तव गोविन्दे न मे भक्त प्रणश्यति इति संस्मृत्य प्राणान् संधराम्यहम्. My mentor, His Grace Mahabhagat Prabhu, told me to by heart this thing. By his order and mercy, I actually got it by hearted in one day only. I kya hari bol? That was by his mercy. Because he said you should do it. Mahabhagat Prabhu says it's like very, full ऐसे affirm, like पूरे conviction के साथ he will say you should do it. And there you go. When he did it with conviction, I got the potency to do it. So everyone who is initiated and is involved with deities should know this Shama prayers. Who all knows it by heart? I know Ba does most likely. Who else? Do you know it by heart? Yes, very nice. Who else? Hey, गायत्री वाले हाथ उठाइए, उठाइए ना, अच्छी शक्ल है, उठाइए. अरे तनिक आप भी तो हाथ उठाइए, उठाइए, उठाइए. Where is Divyanandi? Washroom? Okay, fine. Chaitanya, are you okay? बोलो मंत्रहीणं क्रियाहीणं भक्तिहीनं जनार्दनं यत् पूजितं मया देवं परिपूर्णं तदस्तु मे यद्दत्तं भक्तिमात्रेण पत्रं पुष्पं फलं तोयम् आविद्यं तु निवेद्यं तु तद्ग्रहाणुकम्पयः विधिहीनं मन्त्रहीनं यत्किञ्चिदुपादितं क्रियामन्त्रविहीनं वा तत्सर्वं शब्दमर्हसि अज्ञानत् अत्वज्ञानत्. What is next? अशुभं यमया कृतं क्षमतमर्हसि तत्सर्वं दासनैव ग्रहाणमम् स्थिति सेवा गतिर्यात्रा स्मृतिश्चिन्ता भूयात् सर्वा स्मृतिश्चिन्ता स्थिरवचः भूयात् सर्वात्मनो विष्णु मध्यं त्वयचेष्टितम् अपराध सहस्राणि क्रियन्ते हर्निशं मया दासोऽहम् इति मां मत्वा क्षमस्व मधुसूदनः प्रतिज्ञा तव गोविन्दे नामे भक्त प्रणश्यति इति संस्मृत्यं what it is? Pranam samdharamyaham. I love this last line very much. Krishna, so last two, aparada sahasrani kriyante harnishamaya. I'm doing hundreds and thousands of mistakes. But daso him with imam matva. Think of me as your servant, neophyte, samashva Madhusudana. And hey Madhusudan, the killer of the Madhu demon, forgive me. Then Pratignatava Govinde. Now here the devotees doing melodrama. This is our bhav. We are blackmailing Krishna. Hey Krishna, you remember, right? You said in Bhagavad Gita, Pratignatava Govinde, your pratigya, name bhakta pranashyatihi.
My devotee will never perish. Iti samsmritya samsmritya. वही याद रख रख के याद रख रख के प्राणान हम samdharami ham. This is how I'm living my every breath, remembering that your devotee will never perish. So I'm relying on you, Krishna. Remember that, huh? नवे भक्त प्रतिज्ञा तव गोविंद, तुम्हारा प्रतिज्ञा है गोविंद. नवे भक्त प्रणश्यति. So this is how you ask forgiveness, by emotionally blackmailing the Lord. Yes.
Yes, Prabhu. What if one does not chant the Sanskrit but has the mood and repeats the English?
You receive the translation also, that's fine. Krishna understands English. Krishna understands English. So you read the English translation, that is also fine if you cannot fluently speak Sanskrit. But it's better if you read Sanskrit. Eventually, you should learn Sanskrit verses. It's very important. Any more questions? Okay, that's all. He wanted forgiveness, nothing else?
Yes, Prabhu.
See, Krishna will forgive the offenses done towards him. Remember that. He just does not forgive the offense done towards his devotees. That is very important. If you do offenses towards Krishna, he is chill pill. He will. It's okay. That doesn't give you a free will pass to keep on making offenses. Because when you do offenses towards Krishna, guess who punishes you?
Because Guru told him follow this. They are actually doing Guru Avadhya if you are not.
Yeah, that all is true. But there is a great personality. Skanda Puran, Lord Shiva says, one who does offenses towards my Lord Vasudev, I will never forgive them. So unless you want to be punished by Lord Shiva, you better not make offenses towards the Lord. This is how the mood is, right? The offenses done towards the devotees, Lord takes it seriously. And the offenses done towards the Lord, devotees takes it extremely seriously. And who is much greater devotee than Lord Shiva himself? And he's not just a devotee, he's Shambhu, he's Mahavishnu himself in one way. So, any more questions? What? Are you saying something? No. नए लोगों को कोई प्रश्न नहीं है. Asking questions is a sign of an intelligent person, huh? Just to let you know. A dumb person does not ask questions. नए लोग सोच रहे कि इधर हमारा नाम जप का फाफा बांधा है अभी. So you all should chant the holy names of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. The purpose of deity worship exists to give you the Shuddha Naam. The goal is eventually what? To take Shuddha Naam. That will give you Prema Bhakti. And the easiest way to get to Shuddha Naam is deity worship. Hence, deity worship is extremely. And the top class deity worship is the worship of Shalagram Shilas. But you have to be eligible to do that. That is why I always say, under the guidance of Prabhupada says, under the guidance of a Guru, spiritual master, under the guidance of spiritual master. So who all are worshipping Shaligrams over here? You all make sure, unmarried boys, that your house is clean and cleanliness is there when a woman comes. Huh? You know what I mean by that, right? You have to follow properly certain things. Shaligram Shila hai isliye. Okay? So, I have given Shaligram to Ba, so Ba does not count in that category. You don't worry. Yes, Ba? Prashna hai?
ભગવાનને સમજી ગયા તો
हम्म
આપણી સાથે તો ભગવાન પછી
हम्म
નીચે
वैष्णव छे कुलदेवी is Vaishnavi only. What is the name of your Kuladevi? Ashapura. Who is Ashapura? She is Shakti Peeth. Shakti Peeth. She is Shakti. Bhagavati. Okay. What is one of the 1,000 names of Bhagavati Ma? One of the name is what? Vaishnavi. The entire stuti is on the part of Vaishnavi. Bhagavati is also known as Narayani. Narayani Namostute. There are entire stuti. Narayani stuti, right? Narayani means the one who is the devotee of Lord Narayan. That is why she is Narayani. So you're not worshipping Devi. You're worshipping the devotee of the Lord. You're worshipping a Vaishnavi. Levandoni. Okay? अरे वांधो नहीं वैष्णवानाम यथाशंभु आया भूतेश्वर महादेव गणपति यत्पाद पल्लव युगम विनिधाय कुंभादंते प्रणाम समय सुगणाधिराज विज्ञान विहंतु मलमस्य जगत्त्रयस्य गोविंदमादि पुरुषं तमं भजामि. Worship Lord Ganapati as the nephew of Lord Vishnu. ભગવાનના ભાણિયા છે. Vishnu Puran, there is a beautiful description. Goswami Pad also mentions the Mangalacharan to Ganapati. But in relation with Krishna, that's the point. भगवान से संबंध करके उनको उपचार दो. और कोई प्रश्न? Who has a question? Dev Mukund over there. You just pointed someone has a question. Yes, go ahead, Lalit.
Nobody is asking, so I'm asking.
One last, huh?
Yes, sir. So I want to ask on behalf of a lot of people who just say, like out of their faith or whatever their path they're following, that અમે તો આ બધું નથી કરતા, અમે તો ખાલી અગરબત્તી ફેરવીએ છે 3 વાર, દીવો ફેરવીએ છે અને બસ હવે કે ઠાકોરજીને હવે ભાવથી એ બધું.
भाव है ही कहां पे? भाव मतलब उनके अलावा कुछ और सोच ही नहीं पा रहे हैं. That is भाव. ये तो धंधा है. भगवान के साथ बिजनेस हो रहा है. ठाकुर जी के सामने 3 बार अगरबत्ती घुमाओ, ठाकुर जी भी तुमको 3 बार घुमा के. चलो एटलीस्ट दे आर डूइंग समथिंग कर रहे हैं. We will pray that someday they will rise above. कुछ तो है, मतलब कुछ तो कर रहे हैं. So that's a good thing. But if they say that they are at a bhav, भगवान तो भावना भूख्या छे. I was in Kutch. Do you remember Rukmani Sudha? We were in Kutch and we were getting out of that beautiful run. What was that? Dholavera. We stayed in a beautiful town of Dholavera. It's a beautiful white run nearby. We were in a hut type resort, okay? And there was nothing in the entire village. I was like the only resort. Oh, I don't want to go into details, but there was such a beautiful prasadam. They made special meal for us. Bajano, Rotro, and oh my God. And my mouth is watering now. But they made so nicely for us without spice, without onion, garlic, pure vegetarian chef. We have a Brahman Maharaj. It was very nice what they did for us. I was very happy. I was in dhoti over there all the time. And in the morning, there was a breakfast, beautiful breakfast. It was pure vegetarian. Kutch, everything is most pure vegetarian. So we were having breakfast and I was in my dhoti, Rukmani was in sari because we were going to see Ashapura Ma. And then we were going to Narayan Sarovar. Next stop was. So, and then this 60, 70 years old lady, she goes like, "Tame katha karcho?" You know how my humor is. Like, I'm like, "Sambar viche?" My first question, "Sambar viche?" I'm ready. You just say. And then she goes like, "No, tu emne puchti." Na, katha kar nathi. But મને ગમે છે મારે ભારતીય વેશભૂષામાં રહેવું. Like especially you ભગવાનને હવે મળવા જશું, ભગવતીને મળવા જશું, so it's better to have a proper get up. And then she goes like, oh, એ તો બધા પોતપોતાનો ભાવ છે, ભગવાન તો ભાવના ભૂખ્યા છે. Oh, and she was wearing, top and like jeans. 60 years old, but decent family. Like she was also probably an RI. She was like, where are you going? He was like, અમે જઈએ છીએ માતાપુરમાં મઢેબી. કીધું, oh, સિંદુર બિંદુર કશું જ નથી? કે હા છે, જીવતા છે. I asked him that are you married or not? કીધું જીવતા છે. એ તો દીકરા ક્यों રહી है फिर? I mean કીધું માતાજી ખોટું નહીં માનતા પર એક વસ્તુ બોલું. ભાવનો મતલબ એ છે કે તમે અમારા છે ને હમણાં હા આ ક્ષણીએ છે ને આશાપુરાના સિવાય બીજું કે તમે વિચારી નથી શકવાના. તમે ચાર હાથે જમી રહ્યા છો ને, that means you're not at bound. So you're going to see Ashapurama in your convenience. સગવડતાથી જઈ રહ્યા છો એ ક્લોથમાં. Bhav is when you start taking, that is not bhav, that's the beginning of something. When you start taking steps for thinking what Krishna will like and removing yourself from the picture. My Guru Maharaj said this thing very nicely. It's all about taking yourself from the center out and bringing Krishna into the center. So simple now. Everything is encapsulated within this statement. My beloved Guru Maharaj Param Pujya Padi Sunil Radhanath Swami Maharaj once said this in his lecture. It's all about taking yourself out from the center and bringing Krishna in the center. The problem is that most of us has us in the center. A brahmanas and a gurus, no matter how much you disrespect them, they will still try to work with you. They will smack you, saying that you cannot disrespect me, because it's not that they are attached to respect. They're not. Devotees are not attached to respect. But at the same time, they don't want you to take it for granted that they're not attached to respect. Because you will end up in a hellhole for sure. It's a duty of a Brahmana to teach people also how a devotee should be treated. However, if one is very much attached to the respect and says, I cannot tolerate disrespect, at that very moment, we should know immediately where we stand in our spiritual life. Immediately we should know. That means I have not even started my journey. It's a fact. My Guru Maharaj once said in his class, if you have desire even for one drop of respect, you will have to take birth again. One what? Drop of respect. Respect should be given, but one should not be attached to the respect. You should teach people how to treat you. That is important as a part of a life, but you should not be attached to that treatment. Am I making sense? I'm not? You're putting me in a very awkward position, Prabhu. Okay, I will give you an example. Let me think. What example do you exactly want, by the way? Okay, I'll give you a very clear-cut answer. If you disrespect me, I will beat the heck out of you. Does that answer? The only way you can disrespect me if you disrespect my family. That is one thing everyone should know. If you want me to explain it. If you say anything against my loved ones or my family, as a person, as far as I'm concerned, See, devotees have asked me this in the past that, Prabhu, but you do get angry. I preach that one should not get angry, but I do get angry. There are two things. Once I'm still a sadhaka, I'm not a Nitya Siddha devotee. I'm not a Siddha Bhakta. Bhima got angry all the time. Who know Bhima? He's there in Bhagavatam though, and Mahabharata. But do you know when did Bhima get angry? Adharma and aha. He never ever, I have never come across any situation in Mahabharata or anywhere where Duryodhan is giving a personal remark and teasing Bhima, and Bhima is retaliating with some harsh thing. Not at all. Bhima did not get angry at all for his own insults. But when his family was targeted, many a times, even in devotee congregation, it happens. Some group of people will set up a panel and will investigate you for something, and then they will forget that they are even trying to, like, indirectly, directly, if impact that person's family, if that person is innocent, by the way, if that person is innocent, they're trying to impact the person's family. So the expectation would be, but you're a devotee, you should be humble. No, that's manipulation. If your family has been affected, you eat alive every single person standing in front of you at that time, and especially if your family is innocent. Do not put up with CRAP when your family is online. Or when your loved ones in online. Yes?
Just, just a cross question on that. Because, like, say for example, because it's your family, right? That's why sometimes you are blinded, though they are. Like,
that is why you have mentors. That is why you have gurus, so that you ask them, and what's going on? Like, am I making the right direction? Am I being the right decision? So if it's amongst the family and someone is coming to discipline you and your family, if you have given them the authority and if they have the right intention in their heart that they want to help you, then that's not attacking your family. What is your question? Go ahead, actually.
the question was like different. Like, say for example, like, say for example, like, I can be angry if, like, something happens to my family. I can be angry.
You should be.
Yeah, I should be, right? But sometimes it's the love for my family that, like, though they are wrong, also, if I'm taking the stand, then
that is wrong.
Right?
That is
like,
wrong.
It's always, I have seen that, like, because the crime and all those things happening, right? It's because you protecting your family, your family.
Okay, if someone committed murder, then you should hand them over to the police, even if it's a family member. But I will give you an example. But if there is a fight going on, let's just say your son beat the heck out of someone else. Okay? And if that person came with 2-3 people, no, you take your son inside, you beat the crap out of him, but you don't let an outsider touch him. You should learn a lesson, but externally it should not look like that there is problem within ourselves. Pandavas criticized each other when they were wrong. But externally, did it ever look like that they were not a team? That's how a family should be. Internally, you may even bite each other's head off. But externally, you should look together. It's very important. You should look together. It should look like son and father. It should look like mother and son. It should look like mother-in-law and daughter-in-law. It shouldn't look like rivals. It should look like family. But again, if your daughter-in-law has committed a murder, then you hand her over to the police. Hope I'm answering. You want an example? I'll give an example later on. Okay? What example did you do? I forgot completely. Attached to the respect, right? Yeah, you're friends. There is no respect. Go ahead. Vaishnava etiquette? Yeah. When you're in the Vaishnava etiquette mood, that is when you're with the congregation and everything, that has to be Vaishnava etiquette. Yes. We have to be tolerant even at home, huh?
Outside congregation. Doing some work together, argument. Not agreeing with.
अरे जो मूर्ख बनता है वही सबसे बेस्ट, उसको ही सबसे आखिर में वही जीतता है. ये बात याद रखो. मूर्ख बनना मतलब, हाँ आपका गधा है मेरा घोड़ा है, पर आपका गधा आगे मेरा घोड़ा पीछे, बस. But everyone knows कि इसका घोड़ा है और उसका गधा है. I know. That's how you work it out within devotee congregation. Prabhupada always said, within devotees you should be like a lamb, and for outsiders you should be like a lion. वैष्णवों के साथ बकरी बनो, अवैष्णवों के साथ सिंह बनो. That doesn't mean that you go and biting left and right non-devotees. Prabhupada also said we have to be very gentlemen. और किसको क्या टॉलरेट करना है? हो गया, सबने बहुत टॉलरेट कर लिया. नाउ रात गई बात गई, मजे करने का जीवन में, टेंशन नहीं लेने का, मोनैको खाने का. Yes, this is last. Now I have to go for prasadam. Yes.
So, Prabhupada said in the purport, right? When you also bring the, like, your heart as well, you will bring the, deliver the word as well. So, I want you to elaborate on it, like how.
I will tell you, for example, how the word can be delivered. So, for example, of course, it's internal also, because you get immediately purified when you touch a deity. Do you know that? Yeah. When you touch a deity, you immediately get purified. Arey, she doesn't know, that means she doesn't listen to my class.
You get purified. What is it?
How many times I have said that verse, that the moment one sees Shaligram Shila, the way deer runs away by listening to the roar of a lion, all of your sinful reactions immediately runs away the moment you even glance at Shaligram Shila. You are worshipping Shaligram Shila.
I view it, but not in the sense, like, okay, for example.
Now, okay, now you understood that you become purified, right? Now, if you are purified and if you go out, the chances are you will purify someone else. How? You give them Shaligram remnant. You give them Shaligram Charanamrita. You know the glories of Shaligram Charanamrita, right? Even the grain, when you eat rice, every grain of rice, one honors that is offered to Shaligram Shila. तुम वो खाते हो, हर एक grain के पीछे, you're getting the benefit of offering to a Brahmana grains of size of Mount Meru. For every grain, you're getting that benefit. If you're eating Shaligram Prasadam. Bhagavad Prasad. What else do you need? That means if you offer that prasadam to that person, how much benefit that person is going to get. Now, if you are a cuckoo like me, you will carry Shaligram Charanamrita everywhere, and every lake you see throughout northern Ontario, you will pour Charanamrita in that lake. So whoever bathes in that lake will also get some benefit. That's how you purify the world. Remember that verse and never doubt this thing. Brahmanda tarite shakti dhare jane jane te veda purane guna. Right? Mahaprabhu bhakta gana. How are they? Brahmanda tarite shakti jane dhare jane jane. A pure Vaishnava can lit the entire Prabhupada. He lit the entire world on fire by the holy names of Lord Krishna. That is how you rescue the entire world. अभी जो भी प्रश्न है खाते वक्त पूछना. हरे कृष्णा. क्या हुआ? अरे महाप्रसादे गोविंदे नाम ब्राह्मणे वैष्णवे सर्व पुण्यवताम राजम विश्वास नैव जायते शरीरे या विद्याजाल जड़ीन्द्रियता एका दिव्य फिल्म विषय सागर तारा मध्य जीवाती लोपा में शुद्धुर्मति ताके जे ताके दिन संसारे कृष्णा बड़ो दयामय करी वारे जीव जाय सर्व प्रसाद नदी लोभा सय नाम अमृत पावशी श्री